For me, sending my kids to school with the packed lunch is always preferred. That way I can be sure that they're going to school with a variety of nutrients that they need. I love using these bento boxes because they allow lunch to be portable, but still offer a variety of foods for them to choose from. I always try to hit all the food groups as much as I can when assembling these. Today I'm gonna make a couple bentos, one for the kiddo and one for myself. Let's start building them. All right, so we're gonna start off with a tofu pasta, peas and corn. This is one of my kids' favorite little lunches to go. It's good to have in the fridge. This will keep for at least 5 days in the fridge. Nice to snack on. Also reach in and have a super simple lunch. So I'm gonna start off with some tofu, okay? And we're gonna fry this up. So this has been pressed. It's really important to press tofu. Tofu is gonna absorb any flavor. It's really nice also when it's a bit fried, pan fried. Gives a little crispness to it as well. We're just gonna dice up a bit of it. And it's a nice protein to add to different pasta dishes, different stir fries. So it's nice to have a bit of just baked or fried tofu around. All right, so let's start this up. We got a little bit of oil in there. I'm gonna add the tofu to the pan. Let that get a little bit of color in the pan. Just gonna let that sit for a while. All right, the kids aren't here, but I'm still making dinosaur pasta, which is getting pretty funny. But this is my little boy's favorite kind of pasta, so we're gonna make sure that he gets fed well later on. So I'm adding the cooked pasta to a bowl. Obviously, any kind of pasta will work. You don't need to have just dinosaur pasta to make this an amazing dish. So we have the pasta that's already pre-cooked, all right? You can do this with also any kind of beans, or you can do it with orzo, you can do it with couscous, or any kind of whole grains as well. So I have the pasta there. I have some frozen corn, okay? A little bit of frozen corn, a little bit of frozen peas. Simple, delicious. Let's check on that tofu. Let's just get that some color, kind of stirring that up. It'll take a moment. All right, so this tofu's got some nice color on it. We're gonna turn that off. And what I like to do is kind of put it in a paper towel so it drains off any excess oil that it may have. Like I said, these are really nice to have to throw in a pasta, throw in a stir fry. We're gonna let those sit. All right, so let's get back to the dinosaur pasta, huh? All right, so I have some tamari. These two ingredients work so well together when it comes to any kind of pasta dish. If you just want to make a super simple pasta dish or a wild grains dish, wild rice dish, or any kind of whole grain, I use a little bit of tamari. You can use gluten-free tamari. Low sodium I choose, and some nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is packed with B vitamins. Gives almost like a slight cheesy umami flavor to the dishes. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of more salt there, and we have all that tofu. We're gonna just toss in, have a touch of olive oil, and I'm gonna stir that up. Simple pasta. This is excellent to pack in lunches. This is really nice to have in the fridge. It keeps, the kids love them, especially if you're able to score some dinosaur pasta, of course. But we're gonna go ahead and set this aside, and this will certainly go well in the bentos that we're gonna be assembling to send the kid to school with. So we'll be right back. All right, one of my favorite components to pack into these bento boxes are onigiri. Onigiri is similar to how we eat sandwiches in the West. It's a Japanese classic sort of, very common street food, and also just very common lunch food packed in bento boxes. So what it is basically any kind of protein or pickles that are put in the center of a rice ball. You can pan fry it, or you can keep it raw, cold, and you serve it with a little bit of nori. It's absolutely delicious. Really delicious. So I'm gonna make one that is kid friendly, and then one that is a little bit spicy that I'll enjoy myself. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this cooked sushi rice. All right. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of green onion in there. Okay, as thin as possible. All right, let's add the green onion in there. Next we have some toasted sesame seeds. Use a little bit of toasted sesame seeds in there. Use a touch of mirin, which is a seasoned rice vinegar. Just a little bit. A little bit of sesame oil. Not a ton, a little bit goes a long way. And then we're gonna use a pinch of salt. And there you have it. It's really all you need to season this up nicely. All right, let's go ahead, mix that up. Let's get ready to fill these. So I have some baked tofu here, okay? You can do baked tofu, you can do any kind of pickled veggies. You can do, any kind of sauteed veggies in there. I'm just gonna dice these up. This is nice to fill them with. Sometimes if I'm making some homemade meatballs, which we're gonna make in another video, I will add those to the onigiri as well. So let's assemble these. In order for the rice not to completely stick to your hand, you wanna make sure that you wet your fingertips a bit. You're gonna press that into a ball, okay? Press it into a ball, and you can then put whatever you wish on the inside. I'm gonna fill this one with tofu in the center. Pickles are really nice because it goes so well with the rice, but it's always nice to have a little bit of added protein to these bentos. So, okay, so you're kind of pressing that so the rice sticks together really nicely. All right, so there you have a basic rice ball, okay? Okay, I'm gonna press it down a little bit because I'm going to glaze these a little bit in the pan frame. All right, so I've just formed a number of these. Okay, so these are really nice to pack in lunches as is. So I'm gonna basically, the way that I do these is when I pack them in a lunch, I'll sit them on a couple pieces of these nori, and it's just a great little snack to have. I'm gonna pack those in to one of these. And then for my own, I'm gonna give a little chili glaze. And those are a nice little snack to have. Great to highlight that baked tofu or any other protein that you're working with. For the other ones, I like to do a little bit of glaze and pan fry them so they're a little crispy. So I have a Korean chili sauce. This is definitely more leaning towards what the parents would enjoy. So I have a little bit of Korean chili sauce. I have a little bit of sesame oil, a little sweetener, and a little vinegar, and a touch of tamari, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and stir that up. This is just really delicious over rice, kind of like a Korean barbecue almost. And put the heat on medium heat here. All right, let's glaze a couple of these. Gives it a nice color. It's gonna toast these up nice and crisp. I'm gonna use a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of sesame oil, kind of a mix. Okay. That sounds nice. Notice I make the ones for the kids, set them out of the way. Now it's time to have a little bit of fun with the spice here. So we have that chili sauce. We're gonna go ahead and glaze that other side. And we're basically just gonna pan fry these until they get crispy on each side. You wanna be very gentle with these, all right? You do not want to, break them apart. You can see they're getting nice and crisp. I'll let those sit in the pan for a moment. Alternatively, if you didn't want to use a spicy chili sauce, you could just basically do the same thing with a little bit of tamari, maybe a little bit of maple in there, kind of a sweet soy, and the kids love that. So, all right, those are ready. You see that nice crispness of the rice? These are so good. I'm gonna pack those ones into my beautiful pink bento box here. We have, gonna lay some nori down on the bottom. All right, look at that, that looks so good. I will certainly enjoy these later. All right, we're gonna set those aside. And there you have a very simple onigiri, pan-fried style, and then more chilled with a little bit of nori. Stuff them with any kind of protein, any kind of pickled vegetables, something that's, you know, salty and sort of, you know, a little bit richer in flavor in the center, and you're good to go for a really nice bento component. So. All right, so next we're going to make a very quick smashed chickpea salad, okay? So we have some chickpeas, these quick canned chickpeas rather than cooking them yourself. Much faster, okay? So I'm just gonna go ahead and mash them just slightly. Not too much, but I wanna break them up a little bit. So this is kind of a take on more of like a classic tuna salad. Alternatively, you can check out Good Catch. Good Catch is our company, which we launched nationally. You can check them out. We have a shelf-stable plant-based tuna. It's made out of 6 different legumes. Absolutely delicious, super high in protein. You can use that also instead of chickpeas. But for this one, we're making a simple chickpea. I'm gonna use some parsley here. Not to be confused with cilantro, many people do that, so it would taste way better if it's parsley. I'm gonna add some pickles. You can also add olives instead of pickles, or capers. I'm trying to find out that kids like pickles in there rather than capers. Capers tend to have a bit more sharpness to them. So I'm just gonna dice some of these up. I'm gonna go ahead and add those in. Instead of red onions tend to be a little bit pretty sharp. I'm gonna use just the green part of the green onion. Some scallions. Just more for a touch of flavor, not so much sharpness. All right, and a little bit of celery as well. So this is a nice salad also to have on hand in your fridge. This is great just on crackers, on some sliced cucumbers when you're packing into those bentos. Or, you know, for a quick wrap, quick sandwich, having this on hand is really, really nice in the fridge. Certainly to make one of those quick wraps in the morning when you're packing lunches. So there's a number of different vegan mayos on the market. Okay, so we're gonna use a little bit of mayo. I like to use a touch of mustard, touch of Dijon, not a lot, just a touch. And then we're also going to use a touch of lemon, okay? You don't have to use these other components. Really, just the smashed chickpeas with celery and a little bit of vegan mayo is really nice. Okay. Pinch of salt. Let's get that parsley in there. So, those simple components, let's mix this up. Packed with protein. Fish-free, wonderful salad to have in that bento box. I like to serve this and send it with the kids with some crackers, which is quite nice, or some sliced cucumbers. So there you have a smashed chickpea salad, ready for the lunches. So let's assemble these bento boxes. Now that we've made a number of different components, we're gonna slice these cucumbers up on the bias here. Nice to dip into that chickpea salad. Let's fill these. And it's just about a variety of color. All right, we have some fresh strawberries in there. This is just such a nice meal. And of course we have that dinosaur pasta. Nice little treat. We'll use the rest of this for leftovers, which is really nice during the week. It's really nice cold salad. Definitely doesn't need heating up. All right, and last we have that smashed chickpea salad in here. You know, have fun with the bentos. It's all about really just mixing up textures, mixing up colors, really adding a ton of different ingredients in there. Get kids to try new things by using bentos. You know, a nice, beautiful selection of food is such a nice treat when you open up that lunch when you're at school, and especially when you're at work. And there you have it, some simple building bentos, lots of creative options to run with, and again, have fun.